Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and welcome back to Season 3 of this Top 5 series where every single week y'all disappoint me because I genuinely thought, I really thought months ago that if I included the Top 5 Best Workshop Game Modes, y'all would have wanted it. Y'all don't want it, just like how girls don't want me. And that was the case last week because y'all voted between the top 5 best workshop game modes versus the top 5 hardest achievements in Overwatch. And would you read the title, because I'm sure you can, we're doing the top 5 hardest achievements. Now, a little bit ago, I did do the top 5 hardest hero sprays in Overwatch, and that was a list of achievements based on specific heroes. Like any single Lucio achievement could have been fair game for that video. Any single Reaper achievement was fair game. But in this video, what we're going to be looking at is just general achievements. Not tied to a specific hero, just really any single achievement that you found in maybe an event game mode, or maybe just the base game of Overwatch that didn't take a specific hero for you guys to play. So, just so that we understand, I don't want to see no Floor's Lava achievement, or waste not, want not, no. Just general achievements. But now that we're understanding of how this video is gonna work, let's vote for next week's top 5 video between the top 5 best work, you don't even care about that, or the top 5 best fan-made heroes. I figured Hero 31 is going to be coming up here in quite a bit, so why not look at some renditions that the Overwatch community has made and determine what is the best heroes that has not been released for the game yet, but probably should. But now that we voted to continue my nightly suffering, now let's look at the hardest achievements to get in Overwatch. And I'll be honest, you don't really point at the game of Overwatch and be like, yep, that game has the hardest achievements to get in the... No, it's not really like that. However, there has been a handful of difficult achievements to get that only few epic gamers can achieve. God, I can't believe I said that. Let's just start the video. At the number 5 spot is what I think is going to be the hardest achievement in all of gaming. It's going to be the friend zone. Get a girl to date you when you've been friends with a friend. Oh, let's just play with a friend. Oh, number 5. Oh, that's actually Ambush from May Snowball Offensive. When you think about May Snowball Offensive, you don't really picture this highly intensive, sweaty environment to go achievement hunting in. No, that's really for the PvE game modes like Junkenstein's Revenge and all the archive game modes. But when you look at this achievement, both literally and theoretically, kill 3 enemies while they pick up snow, and only 1.39% of players from the Xbox community was able to unlock this achievement. In retrospect, that's not a lot of people that unlock this achievement. So statistically, yes, this is a hard achievement, but when you really think about it, it's kind of out of your control because you need 3 people in one single game that's not paying attention to you while they're picking up snow that you go and kill. But the thing about May Snowball Offensive is that if players are playing that game mode, more than likely they want to play that game mode and they're good at that game mode because it's not really the most fan favorited game mode of all time. So more than likely they know what's up. They know they have to scout out the area. Okay, are there any jabronis? Are there any Mays trying to come and get me? Okay, I'm gonna go pick up the snow right now. And if they hear your little May footsteps coming through, boop! They're going into their little tumbler ice block where nothing can get to them. And that is why this achievement is so hard, is that you need to do this 3 times against players that are not paying attention. So that's one of many reasons as to why this achievement starts off this list. But I'll admit, it's not the most difficult achievement to get, but the fact that it's not in your control, the fact that there's a time restraint, and the fact that it requires a little bit of skill is at least deserving to at least be considered a hard achievement. Plus, the spray's a little bit cute. You get Roadhog as a little snowman. He has a big old belly. It's so adorable. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into the difficult, and just like my ex-girlfriend, difficult achievements in Overwatch that are all mainly from the PvE game modes. But one quick rule that I forgot to mention is that I only included 1 achievement from each and every single event on this list because I didn't want to just litter this list with retribution achievements. But this is going to be our one and only Halloween achievement from the Junkenstein's Revenge event, and this is going to be Unscathed. Unscathed requires each and every single player to play an endless Junkenstein's Revenge game on hard difficulty, which isn't the hardest difficulty. It's not legendary, but it requires the door to take 0 damage. Literally 0. It can't be tickled by a little Zomnic. It can't be blasted. No, none of that. 0 damage from start to finish on endless mode. Only 0.16%, that's right, not 16%, 0.16% of Xbox players were able to get this achievement compared to the Win the Junkenstein's Revenge legendary one of 0.77%. Alright, so while yes, the legendary one is hard, this one is way more difficult, all because of the fact that the door cannot take damage. This requires everyone to not only be patient, but to be paying attention to not the things in front of you, but the freaking door. And I think we all can relate to at least just one Zomnic getting past all 4 of you guys and just exploding. And when that happens, that gets everyone tilted because now you have to restart. If you were going for this achievement, you're gonna have to be patient because it's gonna take a lot of restarts because there's always gonna be that one Zomnic that gets past you. You think, oh, no they won't. Oh yes, they will. And if it's not the Zomnics, the freaking Junkrat tire will. I guarantee it. So that's why this achievement is the hardest Junkenstein's Revenge achievement. While there's a lot of difficult ones, this one's hard because it's just straight up tedious. It's all in your control, but the fact that it's in your control and we're all imperfect humans, except for my ex-girlfriend, makes it one of the hardest Junkenstein's Revenge achievement of all time. But now here at the number 3 spot is going to be the most recent achievement that you can get in Overwatch, but it's not the most difficult archive event achievement that you can get, and it's going to be with the Storm Rising event, and this is going to be named Hurricane. So out of the 3 archive events, Storm Rising, Retribution, and Uprising, Storm Rising's game mode was probably the easiest, we can all probably admit, but it doesn't mean that when you get to the hardest difficulty, which is legendary, that it's any more easier because this one is very difficult with a 0.08% of Xbox players only get this achievement, which is the highest percentage out of the 3 game modes. You have to complete this achievement on legendary. So while this achievement is very straightforward, requiring you to just complete the mission with at least 1 person intact, you can die as many times as you want, you can take as much damage, you still have to complete it on legendary mode, alright? That's like trying to get a girl out of your league to go home with. It's not happening. Or at least not for me. While some achievements require specific things, like for you not to die, this one is extremely straightforward, but it requires 4 people to be working together and to be competent, which we all know is difficult to find in Overwatch, and to beat it on legendary. So yeah, it's not happening anytime soon. But now let's talk about a quick honorable mention, because over time, this achievement has gotten so much easier, especially after Symmetra got her changes, but beforehand, this achievement was so difficult to the point where I probably would have put this at number 1. And this is the Path is Closed achievement. You would get the Sorry Spray from Hearthstone here in Overwatch, but first, you had to destroy 3 of Symmetra teleporters in a single game of quick play and competitive. Nowadays, this achievement is so easy to get because Symmetra has an opportunity to just put down her teleporter whenever she wants, sits an ability, and you have 2 opportunities to destroy it because there's 2 teleporters for you to get to. But before that was the case, Symmetra had her teleporter be an ultimate ability, but she also had another ultimate ability where she put down a shield. And this is destroy 3 Symmetra teleporters, not destroy 3 Symmetra shields. So what would normally happen is that you would have to get extremely lucky that the enemy team was running a Symmetra to begin with, and that she was good enough to be able to get 3 teleporters. You would have to find that teleporter, destroy it, and then do it 2 more times. But sometimes what would happen is that they would throw down a shield and hide it. And she wouldn't build her ultimate again, and that means you wouldn't destroy the teleporter. So that's why this achievement was so hard to get, because it was totally out of your control. But even if they were running a Symmetra, it was still out of your control because it's not like they would even run a teleporter most of the time. But now getting back into the list, I still can't believe that's how that achievement went. At the number 2 spot is going to be from the Uprising event, and this is the Distinguished Service achievement. Another very straightforward achievement. It required players to go into the Uprising game mode, which was named Uprising. I wish I was on that naming committee, and to beat it on legendary mode. Now take a guess at how many players on the Xbox Live community actually completed this achievement. That's right, if you guess 0.05%. Oh my god! For anybody that's not a math nerd or actually gets girls, if you took 10,000 players and told them to get this achievement, only 5 players would actually get it. 5. out of 10,000. So statistically, yes, this achievement is hard. But a big reason as to why this achievement is so hard is that you have to move a payload. Yes, it can take damage because there are some achievements in the Uprising event where you can't let it take damage. So yes, it can take damage, but the fact that it can take damage and get destroyed by the Bastions and Orissas makes it so difficult, because even if you guys don't die, if the payload dies, yeah, this achievement is done. So not only do you have to worry about you guys not dying, but you also have to worry about your 5th man, which is the payload dying, which can't defend itself. Just like the healers in my game. Why can't you defend yourself? But once that's said and done, and after sweat, blood, and tears is poured into this game mode, you get awarded with this cute little Orisa spray. God dang. But now, let's talk about what I think is the most difficult achievement in Overwatch, and even beats out some of the specific hero sprays like the Lucio and Zenyatta achievements, and it obviously beats out all the general achievements. This is from the Retribution event, and this isn't the achievements where you beat it on Legendary, but it is the one where you beat it on Expert mode with 0 deaths. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Clean Getaway. With an astounding 0.05% of all Xbox Live players getting this achievement, this requires players to, well, obviously play the time-restricted game mode of the Retribution event on Expert mode, the 3rd hardest difficult, so it's a step below Legendary, but you can't die. Okay, so yes, that might give it a little bit of leeway, but it's even harder, and it shows statistically, because if you were to beat this achievement on Legendary mode, you would join the 0.1% of players that also got this achievement. At least on Legendary mode, all 3 of you guys can die, but you just need at least 1 person to be alive to revive all of you guys. But if you're playing on Expert and the Moira, the Genji, the Reaper, or the McCree die just once at any part of this game, you have to restart. So just like the Junkenstein's Revenge game mode, it's going to be tedious, and you have to be patient, because if one person slips up, boop, you're going back to the start. But it gets even more difficult after you maybe pass the sniper, maybe even the assassin, which is still hard to take out even at Expert. No, it's when you get to the tank boy that it becomes extremely difficult, because again, if just one person slips up, maybe it's the Genji being too aggressive, maybe it's the Reaper getting too up close and personal. If they go down, yeah, you have to restart. But after you beat the tank boy, you have to do it all over again in the final round with everybody there. The sniper, the assassin, the tank boy. So while you're dealing with the assassin, you're getting boop, boop, boop by the sniper. Then here comes the tank boy. So while this isn't on the hardest difficulty, there's still tons of room for human error for you to mess up, and the fact that you have to restart it even just after one slip up, you have to be perfect throughout this whole entire game, makes it the most hardest general achievement in all of Overwatch. But maybe you disagree, which I always encourage you guys to leave a comment down below what you think in this case is the hardest achievement to get in Overwatch. Maybe it's from Lucio Ball, maybe it's Capture the Flag, or maybe it's from Mace Snowball Offensive. Just let me know. So anyway guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.